What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, coming to you with another playoff predictions. This is going to be the Wizards versus the Atlanta Hawks. This series, I'm not really high on how the Wizards finished the season. They went on a very dominant stretch, and they didn't end exciting. I'm kind of surprised because, like I said, they really showed that they could hang with the Cavs. Then they beat the Cavs. And then I was okay. The Wizards they're gonna be the third seed, and then they just had a mediocre ending for the last couple weeks. Not a week. This has been going on for a while, and I'm surprised that they ended like that. It seemed like they was clicking on all cylinders. They was hitting people in the first quarter. John Wall was talking that talk, walking the walk. He wore all black for the Celtics, and they beat the Celtics that day. He said he wanted the best point guards, and he should be all NBA. But they didn't end the season with a 50-win total. They had a terrible, mediocre record. They had to get back in the playoffs. Then they won a lot of games, and then they finished with 49 wins when they should have finished with 50 plus. So I'm a little disappointed in the Wizards how they finished the season. The Hawks finished it better. They got on a little win streak to stay in that top 5 seed, and they got it. And now we got to see what they're going to do. But the Hawks are a very mediocre team. I don't think this series is going to be that interesting, really, because the Hawks rely on a bunch of players that only have skill sets. They don't have. I fuck with Paul Millsap. Paul Millsap has game. He's an all-around player. He can shoot. He can bang. He can score any type of way, fast break, get into the paint, get into the free throw line, hitting the three, hitting the mid-range, and all that. But Dwight Howard, he had a sneaky good season. He rebounded good. He scored when he had to. He played more within the offense. He didn't force up shots. He wasn't whining for the ball. He played his role, controlled the paint, got his boards, got his blocks, and he lived up to his contract. Did he have a dominating season? No, but he had a double-double season, which isn't bad either. But Dwight is getting older. He's starting to decline. He's starting to accept lesser roles as a player too. He still have a little bit more in him, I believe, but the coaches is they underutilizing Dwight Howard to a high extent. So I don't know his impact, him and Paul Millsap impact on this series gonna be, because to me they both had not terrible but decent seasons at best. And with that being said, I don't know going into this series what the Hawks is going to do, because Dennis Schroeder, John Wall got his number. They have Tim Hardaway Jr., Kent Bazemore. Those players are more skill set players. Like I said, Dennis Schroeder is more of a scoring point guard. Like all the point guards in the league nowadays are really Allen Iverson type point guards, where they don't have high assist numbers, but they have high scoring numbers. John Wall is probably one of the very few defensive pass first point guards that we have in the league. And right now, all the point guards are really score first point guards, get 6, 7 assists like Allen Iverson. But with that being said, this Hawks series, I think the Wizards are going to finish this 6 at the max. They're going to finish it at least at 6. John Wall going to do basically whatever he wants to. Dwight Howard is going to try to disturb that. He's going to try to stop that. But John Wall have too many weapons around him. He has to pay attention to Gortat because he always rolling to the basket. He always getting dunks, putbacks, layups, and mid-range floaters and jump shots. You have to pay attention to Marcus Morris because he can stretch out the floor, get Paul Millsap out the paint. He a good deflection defender, and he's a good rotation steal defender. So he's a sneaky good defender, I should say. Paul Millsap is, but Marcus Morris is going to keep him out of the paint, which gives John Wall a chance to see the court at the top of the key and make his move when he gets in the paint. Even though Dwight Howard going to be around there, like I said, Gortat is a sneaky active player around the basket and around the mid-range area, so he can't let him get too much space because Gortat does know how to finish. That's something that he's been doing since he first got to the Wizards, is finishing in the paint, and he's one of the best centers at doing that. And well, around the rim, because he is a good, decent mid-range player too. And Bradley Beal had a fantastic season. He didn't have that many injuries. He played majority all the season. He's been explosive. He's been hot. He can take over games. He can get hot from the field. He hits shots that's clutch. And on top of that, he can play with or without the ball in his hand, which is absolutely amazing. John Wall and Bradley Beal are just going to be too much for the Hawks because they still get stagnated. They have a lot of trouble scoring. They have a lot of trouble putting up a lot of points against certain teams. And I think this is a team that the Hawks are going to have trouble, especially in a 7-game series where you can really say, we're going to play Kent Bazemore like this. We're going to play Hardaway like this. We're going to play Schroeder like this. And John Wall taller and more athletic than Schroeder. So that's a big difference. It's going to be tough for him to score consistently. And he's not a reliable shooter yet. He improved his shooting. He had a decent shooting season, but he's not at that threat level where I'm scared of Schroeder. He might have a couple hot games every once in a while, but he's really just a skill set player. He just knows his skills, and that's really it. And that's what's going to really bite the Hawks in the end of this series. They don't really have any dominant players. They don't really have that many players that can take over a series. They just have a bunch of players like spot-up three-point shooters, mid-range shooter, Dwight Howard, rim runner, dunk, protect the rim. They have a lot of players that know their roles. They can be good in a role, but they can't do more than that. And that's what's going to burn the Hawks in this series is they don't have enough players that can create a shot. They don't have enough players that can take over and dominate a game. And with that being said, you have a team really full of a bunch of role players put together. They had a mediocre season. Ever since their first season, they lost DeMarre Carroll. Then now they lost too many players again, Jeff Teague and all this. And they've been really going from a team on the rise to a team on the decline. And I don't even think Paul Millsap going to sign back because he won't be winning a championship with this team as structured. They gave a lot of money to Schroeder. They gave decent money to Dwight Howard. They got to pay Hardaway. They paid Kent Bazemore $70 million, I believe. This Hawks team is going to be mediocre at best, and that's what they was this season. A 43-39 season, I believe. That's mediocre. That's just okay. They started off the season good. They flopped in the middle of the season, dropping double-digit losses, and they could never get consistent. They could never really show their identity. Matter of fact, this team really don't even have an identity. This Hawks team is just a mediocre team, and I really believe the Wizards going to finish at 6 at the most. I'm really predicting 5. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Check out my Facebook page. Go show support and like it. It's in the comment section and in the descriptions. Go check out my website, analysisplayground.com. It's in the comment section and in the description. Subscribe if you like the videos. I'm going to have the rest of the predictions up tomorrow along with this video for the East. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know who you think will win the series and why. And Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis signing out.